Greetings, everybody, from the Sainte-Anne Municipal Stadium in Sainte-Anne, Guadeloupe. It is the Concacaf Nations League today, League B, Group A pivotal matchup in this group in particular. It is Guadeloupe taking on St. Lucia. Sean St. Jacques, our entire crew, happy to have you with us for this pivotal game in the Nations League to kick off a big slate of games today. 87 degrees here in Guadeloupe. Low percentage chance of precipitation, and the wind at a very comfortable 8 miles per hour. It is a picturesque day in Sainte-Anne, and here is what is on the line in League B, Group A. St. Lucia have the inside track at automatic promotion into League A. A win today would get them a step closer to getting that promotion. For Guadeloupe, a win for them puts them step for step with St. Lucia the rest of the way. And then it's going to be a very tight race to the finish. Of course, as we look back at the route that Guadeloupe have taken to get to this game today, wins over St. Kitts and Nevis and St. Martin got them off to a very good start. But after having a lead against St. Lucia just 3 days ago, St. Lucia came back at home to win by 2-1, which gives them the 3-point cushion they enjoy today. And of course, they had wins over St. Kitts and Nevis and St. Martin as well by a combined score of 7-1. And then we saw that tremendous come-from-behind win against Guadeloupe last time out. Again, just 3 days ago, these two met, and we're excited to see how the rematch plays out today. It's been a very tight all-time series between these two teams. 5 prior meetings, 2 wins apiece, and a draw mixed in there as well. Something we'll have to give today because a result for St. Lucia gives them the inside track. They'll either have a 6-point cushion or a 4-point cushion, depending on which result they get. However, a Guadeloupe win would put the two teams level on 9 points each, and then it gets very, very tight throughout the last few match days in this group. So far for St. Lucia, goal scoring hasn't been an issue. The defensive side of things have also not been an issue. They've been a perfect 3 out of 3 so far, and really Guadeloupe, it was just the fact that they couldn't hold on to the lead last time out against St. Lucia, and a 1-0 potential victory turned into a 2-1 defeat. We will see if some home cooking in Sainte-Anne will help the Guadeloupe cause today. We will step aside, we will meet the teams, we'll meet the officials, and we will get to the kickoff in this crucial game in League B Group A of the Concacaf Nations League. It is the rematch between Guadeloupe and St. Lucia, and it's coming up next.
Mesdames et messieurs, voici l'entrée des équipes. Bienvenue au stade de Sainte-Anne pour l'entrée officielle des équipes pour ce match de Concacaf Nations League entre la Guadeloupe et St. Lucie. Mesdames et messieurs, on peut les applaudir s'il vous plaît. La Guadeloupe va évoluer en rouge et St. Lucie en jaune.
Jean St. Jacques, our entire crew, back here with you after a tremendous rendition of both national anthems as Guadeloupe and St. Lucia prepare for their rematch after beating just 3 days ago. The scene shifts to Sainte-Anne here in Guadeloupe. We will see if Guadeloupe can get some retribution today under Jocelyn Angloma. Here is the starting 11 for the host today. Davy Rouillard is in goal. Michael Alphonse captains the side in defense, but of course we look to the attack where the three triumvirates in the midfield, I should say in the forward play, Ange Plumain, Matthias Phaeton, Alexander Aranate are the crucial cogs in the attack, and Morgan St. Maximin is anchoring the midfield alongside Marcus Coco. Nicolas Wassouf of Martinique leads our officiating crew today here in Guadeloupe. It is an officiating crew represented by Antigua and Barbuda, Panama, Martinique as well. The two captains meet in the center. Michael Alphonse is the Guadeloupe captain, and Terrell Thomas captains St. Lucia as the officials exchange pleasantries, and we'll find out who will kick this game off for us as well in Guadeloupe, this all-important tie. St. Lucia hoping to extend their lead at the top of Group A in League B. Will it be by 1 or maybe by 3 points today? Remains to be seen, unless Guadeloupe have their say, because a victory for them gets them joint top of the table. Depending on the goal differential in that particular instance, they could potentially top the group at the end of the day. St. Lucia travel here with this 11. Stern John is the head coach. Vino Barclay has had a tremendous group stage in goal so far. Terrell Thomas, the captain, alongside Kirk Frederick in the defense. They'll be crucial in that regard. Lester Joseph and Andres Remy, alongside Gregson President in the midfield. And Canisia Elva will be the lone attacking striker, hoping to hit the mark today. St. Lucia circle up in their road yellows today with the blue trim. Guadeloupe in their customary reds with the light red shoulders and the white numerals. Now, it was a tremendous first game between these two. Guadeloupe took the lead inside of half an hour off the finish. I am Jerome Roussillon. However, an equalizing goal from Canisia Elva in the 45th and Jevic McFarland's winner in the 58th were enough for St. Lucia to come from behind and get all 3 points. They're hoping to do the same today. Guadeloupe on their home patch, hoping to return the favor and get back to the top of the table before the run-in in League B, Group A of the Concacaf Nations League. St. Lucia will kick us off, going from right to left. The whistle goes, and we're off and running. From Sainte-Anne in Guadeloupe. Crucial tie between these two teams that have League A aspirations in the Concacaf Nations League. They've been the pace setters in this group. Of course, St. Kitts and Nevis still has a chance to make their say in the group as well. However, the winner of today could potentially be the winners of the group. We will see how that plays out. St. Lucia, in particular, if they're able to win, will be very tough to catch moving forward. However, a Guadeloupe result, especially a victory, will make it a neck-and-neck race to the finish, with promotion to League A up for grabs. Well, both of these teams have had very strong group stage so far. It was just the resilience from St. Lucia last time out that led them back from the brink, down a goal around the half-hour mark, but they came back to win, and they're hoping that they can do the double over Guadeloupe, which could be enough in the end. They can get a result or two after this to win the group and win promotion. But a Guadeloupe win will make this very, very tight down the stretch. And a Guadeloupe win by multiple goals will make this very, very tight, because goal differential would be in their favor if they're able to do so today. Guadeloupe on the back foot in the early stages here. Medellina plays it up ahead, and Morgan St. Maximin in possession for Jocelyn Angloma's Guadeloupe side. Last time they were here, A 4-0 win against St. Martin. Peyton Plumain and Luther Archimed all on the score sheet. No Luther Archimed in the squad today for Guadeloupe. That will be a bit of a miss. Solid crowd on hand here as it's pursued on this near side by Killian Beavis, who's frustrated with the referee's decision in the end, which is a goal kick. But it must be said it was well defended on the back end by St. Lucia. And the visitors will get a chance to reset. Sent forward by Vino Barclay, who's had a very strong tournament so far. Was actually in the best 11 selection in the Nations League in September. Had 5 key saves in the win over Guadeloupe 3 days ago. It's going to be nudged back to Davy Rouillard, who's between the sticks today for Guadeloupe. Davy Rouillard has been pretty darn good himself in this group stage to this point. Aranatse leaves it. Ange Plumain, who's going to be absolutely crucial today. If he gets on the score sheet, Guadeloupe could be in very good shape. He tends to be right in the middle of the Guadeloupe success, number 8 in red. As that ball flutters out of play to take a deflection on the way through. Looks like it's going to be a St. Lucia throw on the far side, despite Guadeloupe expecting it to go their way. Well, Guadeloupe had a solid crowd in that St. Martin victory as well. So they're hoping for some home cooking to provide the impetus to go on and grab a huge victory today. 4th game in the group stage for both. It's still a game or two to play in the group after this one finishes up. Now, the last few days in Concacaf Nations League play have been drama-filled. Almost hasn't mattered what league you talk about. League A, B, and C have all provided some memorable moments. And Vino Barclay is saying that the ball might not be in proper shape to continue playing on. Referee had a look at it, as did Vino Barclay, I should say. And the referee actually wants to look at the ball that's just been brought on by the ball boy as well to make sure it is fit to go. Maybe a lack of air in the ball an issue. That's why there's always reserves. And St. Lucia will restart the play with a fresh soccer ball. It's rare that you see that. But again, that's what the extra ones are for. And the ball boys always do a great job making sure that when one is needed, that they are ready to provide. St. Lucia reset the play. Barclay will send it ahead. It's headed down into space for Plumain to try and spin into space. Does well to hold it up. Plays it to the near side. Alphonse just tries to scoop it up ahead. It ricochets off of Andres Remy. Stays with Guadeloupe. Aranatse. Plays it back to St. Maximin. Plumain, little chip into the penalty area. Alphonse, and in the end it runs into the path of Marcus Coco, but he couldn't do much with it, and it's touched out for a goal kick. So far in this group stage, St. Lucia have only conceded 2 goals. The 5-1 against St. Martin. Conceded a goal there, but was the goal that Jerome Roussillon scored for Guadeloupe, who's in the starting lineup today for the hosts. So the only 2 that they've conceded. And to be fair, Guadeloupe have only conceded 2 goals. One to St. Kitts and Nevis back on match day 1 that they were able to battle back from. Tariq Arconte ended up getting the winning goal, 77th minute, back on September 7th. But then against St. Martin, they kept a clean sheet, 4 goals. Phaeton Plumane with a brace. And then today, the absent Luther Archimed, back on September 10th, was also on the score sheet in a 4-0 convincing win here in Sainte-Anne. Ange Plumane can add on to his tally as Coco in support, who will look to be the crucial cog in the attack today. Arnate. What about playing it ahead? He plays it square to St. Maximin instead. St. Maximin services it into the penalty area. Oh, and it's a big, big leap and a spinning fall to the ground by Vino Barclat, who didn't want to take any chances and might be worse for wear afterwards. He actually completely flips over the top of his defender, Kirk Frederick, in front of him, who was trying to shepherd the ball away from Marcus Coco on the backside. Looks like Barclat is okay. Of course, when Barclat left the ground, I don't think he realized that he was going to have to contend with Kirk Frederick, but Frederick was battling with Coco and ended up getting up underneath him. You know, Barclat at the moment looks okay to continue. Coco dispossessed, but unfortunately gets it back for his sake and is able to play it into the penalty area. Bives across the face of goal. It is blocked away. Alvin Doxili was able to get a crucial deflection on that. Guadeloupe were a bit fortunate. The bounce went their way initially and led them into the penalty area, but not able to do a ton with it because of the great defensive stand on the backside that needed to be done from a St. Lucia point of view. Plumane is going to switch the point of attack. Alphonse on the near side sends it down the line for Coco. Coco looks for space for a cross, and again it's defended ever so well on this near side. It's going to loop out of play. Well, this time it was Terrell Thomas, the captain, that stepped up. And he concedes the corner, but does well defensively one-on-one. Ten minutes gone here in Guadeloupe. Can the hosts land the first blow? Plumane. It's a high arcing corner kick, and it's actually so high arcing that the ball went out of play before it looped back in. And in the end, too much air underneath it from Plumane, sees it go harmlessly out for a goal kick on the back end of the sequence. Especially in games like this that are so important with a ton on the line, that could really dictate how the last few match days play out in this group. Opportunities like that need better service. There's no question about that. And Ange Plumane will want that one back. 6th all-time meeting. Both teams have won twice and drawn once against the other in the respective countries' histories of head-to-head play. And it must be said, 11 minutes plus a little bit of change so far. St. Lucia have not really done a ton in the attacking third, if anything. It's been all Guadeloupe trying to force the issue. And of course, they're the team that needs to make up the ground in the group. So there's not too much surprise there. Phaeton brought down after he released the ball. Ball over the top is beautifully placed by Ange Plumane, crossed by Coco after a lovely first touch. He's deflected, and Plumane sweeps in to get the ball back. Plumain brought down, and it's going to be a Guadeloupe free kick after some brilliant extra effort. Gets on the ball, lovely little step over as well, and he's taken down by Joshua Solomon. And it's a set piece in a very good position here for Guadeloupe. Now maybe a chance here to put a better ball in. After he overshot the corner a few moments ago. Ange Plumain. Oh, the assistant referee on the near side helping out with something. Maybe getting a new captain's armband on for Terrell Thomas. I beg your pardon, that might have actually been the fourth official, regardless. Bit of a wardrobe change, if you will. Now Ange Plumain can set himself for this free kick. 2 men in the wall for St. Lucia. Plumain puts in a dangerous ball. It was a very good service that time. Killian Beavis was closest to it, and Plumain will try again. It was headed out for a corner. It was a good near post service here. In the end, it's well covered. Must be said, Andres Remy, it looks like, was the one who dealt with it. Plumain tries again. It's a free header at the back post, but it's going to go sailing over the top and out. Well, that's the best bit of service we've seen so far, and it nearly yielded the opening goal. Now the look here, this is almost exactly where Guadeloupe wanted it, and it's a towering header by Cedric Avinel. He just couldn't put it on frame. More pressure put on St. Lucia by Guadeloupe as they look to land the first blow. Ball is headed away by Lucia, who scored the first goal in the last meeting. Got a little physical on the back end there. Referee has stopped the play. It's going to be a St. Lucia free kick. Again, Guadeloupe not thrilled with the referee's decision there. It's tough to tell. It happened, I think, just after the ball was cleared away on the follow-through. I think led the referee to come back to this. And oh, it's St. Maximin, yes, who leaves a boot in on the challenge. I think the referee was waiting to see if there was going to be advantage on the sequence, and the answer to that question was there was not any advantage. So rightly so, the referee brings it back for a free kick. First real chance for St. Lucia, with 15 minutes gone to try and find an opportunity here in the attack. What can they do with it? Well, it's more of a shot in the end than a cross. And it goes over everybody and everything. And it's going to be a goal kick. Well, St. Lucia haven't been on this end of the pitch very much in the 15 minutes plus, but once again, almost like we said earlier with Ange Plumain, that needs to be better service there. And again, it's a bit wasteful from the visitors. And Guadeloupe reset the play in possession. Avinel has Medellina for company. Rouillard is in support. And if it stays like this, St. Lucia's lead would still be 3 as we move into the final weeks of Concacaf Nations League group stage play. But Guadeloupe want to get back on terms as far as the points are concerned. They get a shot block there. Alphonse trying to find some teammates in the penalty area. Roussillon was closest to it. Bartlett holds, and there's a bit of afters between the two sets of players. Referee trying to keep the peace. And a handshake between the two at the end. Good sportsmanship there. I'm not sure what the cause of that was, but it is a game that is a bit high stakes Not on the line, potentially. Could really set up how these last few weeks play out. Either St. Lucia will be 6 points clear, 3 points clear, or it's going to be level. That's what's at stake. And again, a little bit more afterwards, after the foul was given. There's a St. Lucia player down as well. It looks like Guadeloupe trying to take the free kick quickly there, but St. Lucia player injured down behind the play. Needs a little bit of extra attention. Andres Remy slow to get up. I think Guadeloupe were frustrated because they were suggesting that Remy was doing that to stop them from taking the free kick. This is why Remy went down, though. That's a big swing through by Medellina, it must be said. So I don't think that there was any simulation intended there. I think Andres Remy took a bit of a shot there from Medellina. And Guadeloupe were just frustrated that they couldn't continue on right away. Avinel, Saint-Maximin. Ball is curled into the path of Ange Plumain, who has some work to do on this near side. Had some space to use as well. Alphonse slicing a ball through two defenders. Picked up by Coco. Plumain plays it centrally. Could open up here for Marcus Coco. He slides the ball through. Beavis across the face, and no one gets a touch on it. Coco stayed in the middle along with Roussillon. Neither of them could get on the end of it. Coco. A lovely reverse ball into the path of Plumain. Coco again, with two men on him. Plumain and Beavis just trying to find some space. Coco is going to try to reset it. St. Lucia, though, win back possession, and they can counterattack here. It's a lovely first touch by Elva. Elva picks his head up, maybe thought about striking it. He's going to wait for support. Plays a lovely ball in behind for Solomon. Solomon's ball back across is blocked by Saint-Maximin. A lovely work by Kenisia Elva initially. And the ball is looped back in for a goal kick in the end of the sequence. But lovely, lovely counter-attacking play, despite not having the numbers for St. Lucia after a good spell by Guadeloupe. They nearly created a big chance in the middle of the penalty area. Ball is curled down by Alphonse, looking for Coco, who keeps the ball in play, but stumbles as he falls out of bounds. Ball goes out of play as well. It's going to be a goal kick. Beavis actually bringing the ball out for Vino Barclay. And I wonder if that is because he feels that St. Lucia are time wasting a bit early on here, trying to shorten the game, or he's just providing a helpful hand. Maybe a little bit of both. And the clearance by Vino Barclay isn't touched by anybody, so Guadeloupe get possession back right away. Saint-Maximin gives the ball away. A chance for St. Lucia to break once more. Elva's through the middle. And that is the target of the cross, but there's three men around the ball for Guadeloupe. It's forced all the way back out to Solomon. Centering pass. Donacien just loops it into the penalty area. It hung up there for quite some time. Remy couldn't quite square it up, and Guadeloupe again clear it. And they can break in transition. Phaeton strides across midfield. More Redden men flooding forward. And in the end, it's a great, great challenge on the back end. St. Lucia stopped the counter. Joseph comes out with possession for Solomon. Thomas plays it square. Upfield by Myers, who hasn't had too many touches on the ball yet. And then it's a clumsy challenge, it must be said. Avinel gives away a free kick to St. Lucia. Well, we've had everything but a goal so far in this first half. St. Lucia starting to grow into the game a bit there over the last few minutes or so. That time it's well defended on the backside by Mehdi Lina. And it's a goal kick. Lucilion will reset the play to Avinel. Mehdi Lina. Lucilion, who plays for Union Berlin in the German Bundesliga. Of course, they're in the Champions League, UEFA Champions League this season as well. What a historic time to be part of that club in Germany. It's a club that nearly completely fell apart a few years back. Now they're in the top flight, and now they're in the biggest competition, arguably, on the planet for club sides. Lucilion gets to be a big part of that as part of their roster. Let's hope to provide big things once again for Guadeloupe as well. But he's not the only one in the match. Attached to a big club, Terrell Thomas plays for Charlton Athletic in England. Donatien plays for Ipswich Town, speaking of big clubs in England. Ipswich have quite a bit of history to their name as well. Both of those teams, of course, are fighting for promotion, trying to get up one day to the English Premiership, the top flight, with the likes of Liverpool, Man United, Chelsea, etc., etc. Avinel out wide, Lucilion. So we're just past the halfway point in the first half. Guadeloupe have been the better side, but St. Lucia are starting to pick up the tempo. Ball is curled out onto this near side, headed away by Remy. Throw in for Guadeloupe. Renate dispossessed. Great challenge by Lester Joseph, and St. Lucia do control. Excellent President, who's been crucial so far for St. Lucia in this group stage, tried to further along the attack, but he's dispossessed, and St. Maximin leads Guadeloupe the other way. Alphonse. It's good pressure in the end. Donatien forces it out of play. And actually, the referees brought this back. It's going to be a free kick, maybe a bit overzealous. Donatien, he can't believe the decision. Must be said, maybe a bit harsh there from the referee. The ball had gone out of play. Donatien, I don't think, really made a ton of contact. Ball's floated over the top. Header is misjudged. Alphonse, though, doesn't quite find a teammate. And it's a bit of a nudge, isn't it, from Matthias Phaeton. Have a look. Just bundles into Kirk Frederick. And it's a free kick. Ball is floated ahead to the far side. Solomon plays it short. St. Lucia will look to build once again. Again, St. Lucia, they can pick up 3 points. They'd have quite the cushion to work with. They'd essentially be a result away, a win away, really. Potentially a draw away. Potentially how Guadeloupe set of fixtures finishes up. So there's quite a few scenarios that would allow them to get promoted if they win this game today. If Guadeloupe wins, then throw that out the window. It's just going to be neck and neck down the stretch, with both teams having a loss and both teams on 9 points. And of course, if you're maybe St. Kitts and Nevis, you might be hoping for a draw in this game, because if St. Kitts can win today and then maybe beat St. Lucia during the next window, then all of a sudden it gets very, very tight. Oh, and St. Lucia nearly scored the opening goal from the corner. It bounced around after a couple of swings and misses by Guadeloupe players on the near side. And Guadeloupe are very, very fortunate here. Should have been a clearance initially, and then the touch back by Aranate was completely misjudged. However, he's lucky that nobody in yellow pounced on it. And Davy Rouillard, who didn't even have to move in the end, collects. Well, a bit of a nervy moment there from Guadeloupe. St. Lucia, do what you're told to do there. Just throw the ball, metaphorically, into the mixer and see what happens. And what happened was almost the opening goal. And Guadeloupe lived to tell the tale somehow. Alphonse. Decisive pass through for Beavis, and Plumain is able to reset. Well, somehow that's the closest either side have come so far, that corner kick routine. But really, it was that clearance or lack thereof at the near post that was lacking. If there's touch on that, the rest of the sequence doesn't play out, but a big swing and a miss led to the miscue by Aranate, but in the end, that miscue is what got Guadeloupe out of trouble in that particular sequence. Morgan St. Maximin. Well, it's a lovely touch. Phaeton trying to thread it through in behind. Roussillon beaten to it. But some pressure from Guadeloupe nearly leads to another chance, but the challenge was a bit rash. And it's going to be a free kick for St. Lucia as we approach the half-an-hour mark. Oh, yeah, he goes right through the back of him, doesn't he? On the challenge from Aranate. Pretty clear cut in the end. And actually, that is going to lead us into a first half cooling break here in Sainte-Anne. Very interesting first half, enthralling in many ways, to say the least. Guadeloupe have had the better of it, certainly the better of possession so far, but when St. Lucia have been able to counterattack or transition into the attack, they have been very, very dangerous. But the best chance of the game so far came off a couple of Guadeloupe miscues inside of their own penalty area. A corner kick routine that nearly yielded the opening goal, but Davy Rouillard had good positioning on a couple of miscued clearances and was able to gobble it up before St. Lucia really had a chance to react and pounce on the opportunity. So really, long story short of these first half an hour, it's still very much anyone's game. And both teams still trying to finish things off and find that crucial touch in the final third that will break the deadlock. I must say the midfield battle has been Guadeloupe so far. They've done very, very well there, especially when they've been in possession of controlling things. It's been a very good bright spot for them so far. For St. Lucia, strong defensively and lethal at times in transition. That's been the two bright spots for them so far. They're a bit unlucky not to be ahead, it must be said. Guadeloupe had a couple of good opportunities as well. Great crosses from Beavis and Aranate, both nearly yielding to opportunities inside the penalty area, with the likes of Coco and Plumain lurking. Good defending by St. Lucia stopped those two opportunities in their tracks. And out of the break, a poor pass in the path of Joshua Solomon. yields to a quick turnover. And it's going to be Guadeloupe really get us back underway in possession after a poor pass out of the cooling break. Here's Medellina. It's got space to work with on this near side, Medellina. Ange Plumain thought about going ahead, but Medellina's in support. Doesn't have any trouble just slowing the play down a touch. It's a good crowd here in Guadeloupe. They've been into it in this first half, as they were when St. Martin were in town on match day 2. But they know the stakes. Chance to cross this into the middle. Not a bad opportunity there. Phaeton was trying to just angle that ball centrally, but I think he runs out of room on the back end, and that's because Myers does well defensively, and he had some help on the back end from Solomon. And in the end, the clearance goes out of play. Again, this is the first game of the day in the Concacaf Nations League. Full slate of games here on Sunday. The other game in this group, St. Kitts and Nevis and St. Martin will play later on tonight, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Of course, the big games are in the 8 o'clock hour. Haiti and Jamaica, with Haiti trying to find a route back into a spot in the potential quarterfinals out of League A. Honduras and Cuba, huge rematch there. And Suriname takes on Grenada. All part of a jam-packed day, once again, it must be said, of CONCACAF Nations League action. Shot is going to be blasted in by Phaeton, but it was a big group of players ahead of him. He would have had to weave that ball through, and it was blocked away. It must be said, League B, Group A, being the appetizer for the proceedings today in the Nations League means that there are big, big contests ahead, because this game has quite a bit of importance around it. There's no question about that. Cross from Aranate, I don't think he meant to put it there, and it's cut out. Luciano, it's a lovely outside of the boot pass up ahead. You could see what he was trying to do, but Remy not able to catch up before it was cleared away by Lena. Plumain on the turn. Alphonse looks up ahead. He has Coco. He's going to play it into Plumain instead. Plumain just trying to curl it into the path of Phaeton. It's a high arcing clearance. Plumain actually wins the ball back and wins a free kick. So with 10 minutes plus stoppage time left in the half, Guadeloupe get a set piece in a rather nice position here as they look to break the deadlock. Another look here. Plumain does well to win the ball back, and then it's the extension of the arm there, isn't it? Not once, but twice from Gregson President, and there's really not much the referee could have done there besides give Guadeloupe a free kick. President made it rather obvious in the end. Sometimes you see those professional moves where you're able to conceal the outstretched arm. That one was rather out in the open. It happened on 2 separate occasions. And now 3 men over this for Guadeloupe, Plumain and Roussillon. Also Phaeton lurking as well. St. Maximin off to the right. The shot does come in, the low road taken by Phaeton, and then the follow-up by St. Maximin. And Guadeloupe are saying that there should have been another free kick here as St. Maximin is down in a heap. There was a challenge that came in as he released the shot. Referee has said nothing doing here. St. Maximin felt the after effects, but despite Guadeloupe's protesting, it's going to be a goal kick. We get the luxury of another look. Shot was blocked, and then, well, there was a little bit of contact there on the back end, but Referee says not enough in the end for a free kick. To be fair, the contact was a bit soft, but St. Maximin didn't have anywhere to land after he let the strike go. Referee says too soft for a free kick, and we play on. Ball goes out of play on the near side. It's a St. Lucia throw. And Jocelyn Angloma wasn't too sure about the referee's decision there. The visitors have it in possession. Oh, that's a rash challenge from Aranate, who didn't really need to make it, frankly. Anisha Elva had nowhere to go. And in some ways, that's a bit of a gift of a set piece for St. Lucia. I'll say it's a little bit of a drop there from Elva that he didn't need to make. However, the contact was unnecessary from Aranate. Elva had his back to goal and didn't really have any support going up ahead. And from the set piece, it was put into a dangerous area, but Davy Rouillard catches and clears. And it could lead to an opportunity at the other end here. Ball is threaded in behind, and it's too far off the boot of Phaeton into the path of Beavis. And well, Phaeton maybe could have taken the shot on instead. He had multiple options there. His pass was too firm as it threaded through the two defenders. And that could have been a real opportunity. St. Lucia caught out on the ball played over the top. Initially, when he touched it, it looked like Phaeton was going to take the shot on. But then he saw he had some help, but didn't quite play the right pass. Or maybe to amend that, he played the right pass, but put too much on it. Throw in for Frederick. Back to Frederick. Lovely little give and go. Frederick keeps on going, but he couldn't head it in front of him. And instead, Guadeloupe come out with possession, and they can break the other way with Plumain. Plumain is surrounded, but he finds help on the far side. Beavis also has help on the overlap. It's Roussillon! Oh, it's a good save by Barclay. Beautiful break from Guadeloupe in transition, but it's a great save by the goalkeeper. Guadeloupe absolutely played their way through St. Lucia there. They might get another bite at the cherry. Plumain, Beavis, brought down. Referee says nothing wrong with it. Phaeton for Coco, who blasts it wide. Oh, what a chance here on the initial break. Roussillon, lovely overlap. Not a bad strike whatsoever, but Barclay left a boot out, and that's what makes contact to deflect it away and make the save. Anywhere else, and Roussillon scores. And the goalkeeper for St. Lucia bails them out after a beautiful attacking sequence in transition by Guadeloupe. And they did get that second opportunity as well, but Coco not able to redirect it on target. And there's actually two players for St. Lucia in a bit of discomfort on the back end of the sequence with just under 5 minutes plus stoppage time left in the half. There was that challenge that came in. That was fair by Aranate, it must be said, but he left a little extra on the back end, which led to one of the stoppages, but it's two players for St. Lucia that are being attended to here. Gregson President was one of them. He's back to his feet. And the other one is Janoy Donacien, who is back onto his feet now. The medical staff are out just in case he needed some help. Referee actually brought them on, but it appears everything is okay. And with 4 minutes left in the half, it looks like we will get back to business. And luckily everybody is okay to go for now. After arguably the best sequence of the match, at least from a Guadeloupe perspective. We wondered for a moment if Stern John was going to have to make a change. He's got a full bench at his disposal today. As do Guadeloupe, to be fair, just a few less options. We will reset with a St. Lucia goal kick off the Coco miss. Ball is sent ahead. Headed by St. Maximin. Well, St. Lucia were looking for a free kick. It didn't come. Plumain. St. Maximin. Roussillon just assessing his options on the far side. Phaeton for support. Just trying to make that incisive pass in towards the penalty area. And in the end, Rouillard has to reset all the way in Guadeloupe's penalty area. Lovely control by Coco, taking it out of the air. And he's fouled in the end by Frederick, and it's going to be a free kick. And of course, St. Lucia, when they got promoted from League C in the last iteration of the Nations League, Kirk Frederick played a massive part, not only defensively, of course, but scored the crucial goal that ended up helping to clinch the qualification into League B, and St. Lucia hoping for back-to-back promotions in Concacaf Nations League play. But they are going to need to defend this set piece with Guadeloupe on their coattails in every sense. Plumain, Roussillon, both candidates to take this shot on. And the 4 men in the wall for St. Lucia are backed up. Could be 5 in the end. There's Joshua Solomon lurking just to the right of the wall. Well, Roussillon's actually going to leave it for a second. A couple of Guadeloupe players positioned just in front of the wall as well. This does feel like it could be Ange Plumain territory. Roussillon is certainly capable as well. Alphonse lurks behind as Ange Plumain steps up. Oh, it's not far away at all. Just curling wide of the post. It was a very good effort from Ange Plumain. Knew exactly where he was aiming for. And he nearly finds the top corner. It just whistles past the post. But in the end, it must be said, Barclay knew where that was going to end up, and that will take us into first half stoppage time. Barclay clears the ball away. As we do dive into 2 added minutes at the end of the half. Maybe a late chance here for St. Lucia to take a lead into the locker room. But Coco does well. He gets past 2 challenges. And he tried to play in Beavis, but did well in the end because Beavis was in an offside position. And then Elva trying to lodge a ball ahead, but it was blocked. And the ball is cleared away by Avinel. Haciendo heads it back into the path of Elva. Served ahead. But in the end, I think a couple of St. Lucia players were going to be caught offside, and Roussillon, he's going to win a goal kick in the end. I think in the end, Remy still realized he was offside, but trying to get back into the play. And Roussillon says, well, you can't touch it. The offside flag is going to go up, so I'm going to touch it. And Guadeloupe get it back in possession. Maybe for one more time. The end of the half, Alphonse searches for help. Finds Plumain. Down the line for Beavis, who looks to cross it into the middle. Plumain again. Beavis again. It's going to be a first-time ball in, but it's a high arcer. Oh, the goalkeeper's missed it, and then gets back on top of it. Very, very dangerous play there. Barclay misjudges it, whiffs on the punch, but reacts first to make amends very, very swiftly. And that will likely take us into the halftime break. Barclay clears up ahead. Rouillard will reset. And the half ends here in Sainte-Anne. Well, both teams came very, very close to breaking the deadlock in that first half. Both goalkeepers called upon on multiple occasions as well. The finishing touch required to separate the sides here in Guadeloupe. But it must be said that it is very well poised for the second half. Halftime in Sainte-Anne, it is Guadeloupe 0, St. Lucia 0. Moments away from the start of the second half here at Sainte-Anne Municipal Stadium in Sainte-Anne, Guadeloupe. Sean St. Jacques, our entire crew, happy to have you with us. 0-0. We're in League B Group A of the Concacaf Nations League between Guadeloupe and St. Lucia. It will be Guadeloupe in their home reds. We'll switch sides, going from right to left, and they kick us off. And the second half is off and running. Early challenge comes in, seconds into the second half. However, referee allows play to continue, and Guadeloupe, in pursuit of the opening goal, will get us started. That is a rash challenge from Joshua Solomon. Couple of very vicious tackles at the start of the half. The second one, really, in particular, was not well timed. Phaeton feeling the after effects here. Another look at the challenge, and it's very tardy, it must be said. Ball is long gone there. Joshua Solomon really shouldn't have too many complaints over it. I was wondering if the referee was going to book him for that. He just had a little look at his book there. We'll wait confirmation on that, one way or the other. One thing that we do know is that Ange Plumain is going to have a set piece here, and there is the confirmation of a yellow card for Joshua Solomon. Referee Nicolas Wassouf didn't have too much trouble sorting that one out. And Plumain curls in a beautiful cross, but in the end it's defended well. And St. Lucia are able to come back the other way, maybe a chance in transition, but Phaeton does well. Wins the ball back. Beavis plays it back into his path. Ball is threaded in behind for Medellina. But Medellina is offside, and the attack fizzles out. Well, good back and forth sequence there. St. Lucia almost played themselves into trouble there, but the assistance flag on the far side bails them out. And Vino Barclay will reset. Again, if the result holds, St. Lucia will maintain a 3-point cushion over Guadeloupe, with more match days still to come in League B Group A, Concacaf Nations League play. However, a win for St. Lucia would put them 6 points clear. They'd get a perfect 4 wins out of 4 at the start of the group, and of course, if it goes Guadeloupe's way, the two teams will be level on 9 points, and then it'll come down to how much Guadeloupe would win by to determine who stays in first at the end of the day in the group. Roussillon with a gorgeous touch out of the air, but he stumbles at the vital moment, and Myers wins it back for St. Lucia. Plays it up ahead for Elva with a back heel. Into the path of President, who sends it out wide. Remy looking to thread the ball back in for President, and in the end it's well defended by Alphonse, and it trickles out of play for a goal kick, and you could see the reaction from Stern John, the St. Lucia coach, on the near side. It was one pass from being a very good move from St. Lucia, but in the end, it's well defended by Mikhail Alphonse, the Guadeloupe captain today. Ball is sent ahead, looking for Beavis on the far side. Beavis does well in the end, wins a throw, under pressure, in for Marcus Coco. And that ball deflects out of play. It'll stay with Guadeloupe on the far side of the pitch. Said it earlier, it's a solid atmosphere here in Sainte-Anne. Been a good mix of positive cheer, but also a bit of nerves, it must be said, mixed in. Shot is going to be volleyed on the edge of the penalty area. There's some of the nerves as that ball goes well wide of Barclay's goal. I think that was St. Maximin with his off left boot taking aim, but nowhere near the target in the end. Ball is sent up ahead. Little back heel, but out of play it goes. Roussillon of Union Berlin will get the ball back into play. Here's Ange Plumane. It's been a big focal point in the half for Guadeloupe, and he threads a lovely ball into space. It could be a big chance. Barclay parries. Beavis rounds the goalkeeper and goes down. And it's a penalty. Penalty's been given. Vino Barclay had to commit there. He was in no man's land inside the penalty area. He's the one that commits the foul, and now will have to face the penalty. Now another look at this here. It's an absolutely gorgeous ball played in by Plumane. Coco's touch, and Barclay does well the first time, but he realizes that he has to commit. Beavis rounds him. There is contact, and it is a penalty. I think there's hand and leg contact. Barclay saying he tried to avoid the contact, but there definitely was contact made. And it will be Ange Plumane who will step up to take this all-important penalty for Guadeloupe. Could be a crucial moment in the match and in the group. Plumane has already scored twice in the group stage. Both of the goals came here in Sainte-Anne. Can he add another? It's Ange Plumane with the responsibility for Guadeloupe, and he absolutely buries it. An unsavable penalty from Ange Plumane, who breaks the deadlock. And 7 minutes into the start of the second half, Guadeloupe strike first and lead by 1-0. It doesn't get much better from the penalty spot than this. It's a pinpoint spot kick. Vino Barclay could get nowhere near it, even if he went the right way here. Beautifully done by Plumane. He makes absolutely no mistake. And Guadeloupe deservedly have their lead. Third goal of group play for Ange Plumane. They've all come here in Sainte-Anne. None bigger than that. And in the live table, Guadeloupe are level on points with St. Lucia, and they're only one goal back in the goal differential category. That's how important that penalty was. And St. Lucia have to do what they did 3 days ago, which is come from behind after falling behind against Guadeloupe. But this time, they have less time to work with. And the Sainte-Anne faithful are as loud as they've been all afternoon. And Guadeloupe want to get back on the ball and give them more to cheer about as Coco commits the foul. It is a St. Lucia free kick. And it must be said, a goal has been coming in the match, and for Guadeloupe, it must be said, they've come the closest, and they get their reward. You can see there the boot that was left in by Coco. He's what leads to the foul. And St. Lucia have to try to find a route back into the game, just like they did in the prior meeting. But Guadeloupe want more here, and Beavis is played in behind. Two queuing up in the middle. One is Marcus Coco, and it's a good save by Barclay. Beautiful ball played in. Coco actually puts a good strike together there, but Barclay is well positioned and holds onto it. Ball goes out of play on the near side, and St. Lucia, feeling they need to make a few changes, will make a double swap here. Jevic McFarlane, who was the hero the last time these two got together just 3 days ago, he will come on. Andrus Remy will make way. And Rydell Stanislas is going to come on as well. Joshua Solomon, he's going to make way. Jevic McFarland was the match winner back on October 12th. He will come on to try and bring St. Lucia back again. And Stanislas will also be hoping to help the cause as well for the visitors, who trail Guadeloupe for a second straight time in 3 days' time. But can they come back again, or will it be Guadeloupe's day this time? Must be said as well that Guadeloupe are 1 goal away from topping the group at the end of the match. Again, St. Kitts and Nevis will play later on tonight. And a win for them puts them right back in the mix as well. But St. Lucia look for a response here on the back end. It's a great cross into the middle by McFarland. His first contribution is a good one. And Beavis on the back end does leave a boot in on the challenge. Kirk Frederick down in a heap. It's going to be a St. Lucia free kick. That's what we will see on the back end here. It's the trailing boot from Killian Beavis that leads to the infraction. And St. Lucia catch Guadeloupe out there from the free kick. McFarland looks to equalize, and it wasn't far away. Curled it just to the left of the post. And once again, for a second straight match, Jevic McFarland's impact is immediately felt. Comes off the bench and is already wreaking havoc. Guadeloupe defensively are going to have to stand up to that if they are going to hold on to their lead. Plumain trying to tightrope the sideline, can't keep it in. The ball is touched out of play. Stay with St. Lucia on this near side. Myers throws it towards the penalty area. Medellina and St. Maximin try to clear. It's a Phaeton acrobatic clearance. And Beavis, not a bad first touch, it must be said, but it sputters out of play as he tried to knock the ball down. That ball is threaded through beautifully, but defended well by Medellina and cleared by Davy Rouillard. Coco for Beavis. Lovely first time ball back into the path of Coco from Marinate. Coco back in the path of Beavis. Beavis's cross is held by Bartlett. Phaeton was lurking, but wasn't going to get there in time. Ball is sent ahead. Medellina does well, cuts it out. Tries to move forward as well, but President is there to snuff it out. Thomas leaves it. And on the turn, Joseph plays it up ahead, looking for Elva, who scored against Guadeloupe last time out. St. Maximin controls for the hosts. Here's the goal scorer, Ange Plumain. Outside of the boot curler into the path of Phaeton. Well defended on the back end by Doxley, and it's going to go out for a throw-in as we approach the hour mark. And again, this is just the table setter today. Big games still to come. St. Kitts and Nevis and St. Martin will kick off in just a couple hours' time. Haiti against Jamaica will be a barn burner. And then Honduras against Cuba. Huge game there as well. League A, Group B, and then Suriname, Grenada as well in the 8 p.m. Eastern hour. St. Lucia looking for an equalizer. Oh, great ball across, but Elva is thwarted by Rouillard. Tremendous save by the Guadeloupe goalkeeper, and it's out for a corner. Lovely ball in by President. It's on a plate. Canizia Elva, and he just, in the end, is thwarted. There's no other way to put it. He does everything he can do with it here, Elva. But it's a wonderful save by Davy Rouillard. From the ensuing corner, with the near post, St. Maximin, or I should say Alphonse, didn't quite deal with that. It just rolled over his leg. And St. Lucia still have a half an hour to change the narrative. Twisting and turning on that far side. It's defended well by Medellina. St. Lucia forced to recycle the possession. Frederick lifting one into the penalty area. It's a central header, but it's behind Thomas and cleared by Roussillon. And again, it's a big lead for Guadeloupe to have. However, it's a slim lead. Big as far as importance, slim as far as the margin. St. Maximin cleared ahead by Roussillon, and now maybe an opportunity here for Coco, who leaves it for Phaeton. It's well defended on the backside by Kirk Frederick. Kept in play by Myers, and he has Barclay for company inside of the penalty area. Ball is floated up ahead, cut out by Avinel. If this goal line holds, score line to be more precise, Guadeloupe will be level with St. Lucia, but St. Lucia will still be ahead on goal difference by just the one. Of course, it's more important for Guadeloupe to win the match than to worry about goal differential at this stage, with more games to come. However, if they do score again and win by 2, they will be at the top of the group at the end of proceedings today. And St. Kitts and Nevis will get a chance to get back within 3 points of both of these teams if they can take care of St. Martin at home in just a couple of hours' time. That will be a crucial game for St. Kitts and Nevis, a game they'll have to win, just about. Drop points there, and it really will be a 2-horse race. However, a win coupled with a Guadeloupe win will make it a very tight race to the finish. Marcus Coco leaves it. Matthias Phaeton gets past a challenge. Still Phaeton into the penalty area. Good ball across. However, the ball did trickle out of play. The ball is scored by Alphonse. It will not count. The flag had long since gone up. Does not count. The ball rolled out of play. And again, just to be very, very sure there, goal does not count. Goal kick restarts the play, and Guadeloupe immediately regained possession. Lovely finish by Alphonse. The crowd thought it counted. It did not. Avinel out for Medellina. Second goal for Guadeloupe could be absolutely crucial because, again, potentially that could lead them to the top of the group today, but also gives them some breathing space against a St. Lucia team that has already shown once already that they can come from behind. Plumain, the goal scorer. Lovely step over, but he's dispossessed at the vital moment on the edge of the penalty area and then tries to get the ball back right away. Not the best challenge. And McFarlane is brought down by Alphonse. And it's a St. Lucia free kick. St. Lucia keep on coming. Oh, a little bit of a nibble there. Free kick is going to go St. Lucia's way. Lester Joseph. He's asking for a yellow card to be shown here. It's just going to be a free kick. Although again, not for the first time today, and Arnott's a clumsy challenge. Ooh, and Ange Plumain is struggling a little bit behind the play. Guadeloupe have not made any changes yet today. It must be said the last man they'd want to bring off is Ange Plumain. We'll see what happens And of course, as soon as I say that, Guadeloupe are going to make 2 changes. It's like Steven Davidas and Jordan Labourgnet is going to come on. Labourgnet has had some moments already. Ange Plumain's been Mr. Moment for Guadeloupe in this group stage. There is a thumbs up coming in from the medical staff, so maybe not quite the end of the day for Ange Plumain. Maybe just needs a moment. Plumain gets a nice hand as he comes over. He's already put in a great shift, but Guadeloupe are hoping that he can push through to help them see this over the line, and it looks like he will come back on, and we will wait on the substitutions. It's a St. Lucia free kick in the meantime. From the set piece, it's not the best free kick. Even Stern John wasn't thrilled with it from a St. Lucia point of view. And now all of a sudden, there was a chance for Guadeloupe to counterattack. Marcus Coco tried to speed up ahead, but the ball didn't find him, and St. Lucia reset the play. Kirk Frederick sends the ball up ahead, headed down by Roussillon. Donatien out wide. Maybe a chance for a cross here. St. Lucia looking to find a leveler here. Oh, it ends up being a shot, and it's parried away by Rouillard. Well, President, in the end, thought about crossing. He took the shot on instead and nearly caught the goalkeeper out, but Rouillard was ready for him. Beavis from Coco on the far side. Well, you feel there could be a few more twists and turns still to come in this one. And Guadeloupe are getting 2 changes ready. Will likely come at the next stoppage after another big save from Davy Rouillard. St. Maximin rides the challenge of Donatien. Alphonse has time and space on the far side. Ends up trying to play Coco into the play. It's a reset. Medellina has to be careful with Elva lurking. Phaeton working his way into the penalty area for Guadeloupe. Well defended on the backside, it must be said, by Alvinus Myers. Oh, but the ball's gone out for a corner here. I don't know if the referee's gotten that one right. That looked like it was last off of Guadeloupe, but it is a corner. And in the meantime, 2 changes will be made. Kylian Beavis is going to make way. Steven Davidas is going to replace him. And again, Jordan Labourgnet is also going to come on as well. We wait to see who he will replace. And the answer is Marcus Coco. Coco and Beavis, who have been so good today, will make way. Labourgnet and Steven Davidas will try to come on and continue to move Guadeloupe in the right direction for the last 21 minutes plus stoppage time. Both changes have been made. And Guadeloupe have a corner that will be taken by the lone goal scorer today so far, Ange Plumain. Oh, and a Guadeloupe player has tumbled over inside the penalty area. St. Lucia We're trying to explain to the referee that he went down a bit easily, and tempers are fraying a bit inside the penalty area. Guadeloupe are saying that it was a push. Vino Barclay and the St. Lucia contingent not happy with how that sequence played out. Conversation continues to persist. Referee is trying his best to keep the peace here. It's a game with high tension and high stakes. There's no question about that. More pushing going on in front of Barclay. 20 minutes plus stoppage time left. Ange Plumain's corner. It is dangerous. Nobody could get there for Guadeloupe, but they get to the second ball. Bagnia is just trying to keep the play alive. He has Plumain in support. Tries to curl it in behind for Phaeton. It falls for Ange Plumain. He scores! Ange Plumain at the double for Guadeloupe. It's another Sainte-Anne brace for the Guadeloupe talisman. And Guadeloupe doubles their advantage with 19 minutes plus stoppage time left. We told you that Ange Plumain is a difference maker for Guadeloupe. He's only come up big for them yet again. And if it holds, Guadeloupe are going to soar to the top of Group A in League B. So nice, he did it twice, Ange Plumain. And Guadeloupe have found that vital second goal that they were searching for. And it's now double trouble for St. Lucia. How clinical has Ange Plumain been today? He absolutely was pinpoint with his penalty. He scores again, and now Guadeloupe have numbers. It could fall for an opportunity here. Phaeton played in behind by Davidas. Can Guadeloupe add on? Oh, it's a great strike! And it nearly goes past Barclay. Roussillon took aim on the shot, and Vino Barclay spills it, but spills it wide of the goal and out for another corner. Well, it nearly trickled in. Lovely layoff. Brilliant strike from Roussillon on a low, hard drive. And Vino Barclay will expect to have done better with that. Only could parry it out. It nearly slipped through his fingertips. Ange Plumain will take another corner. It's dangerous again, not definitively cleared. It's going to go out for a throw-in on the near side. When Guadeloupe have needed him in this group stage, Ange Plumain has come to the fore. To the power of 4 group stage goals, 2 today and 2 back in September. And in Guadeloupe's biggest game of the group stage so far, they have responded, but there's still time left. Another one would put them in tremendous shape. Davidas. If Guadeloupe score a third, they'll be comfortably in first. And goal difference. And right now they're ahead by +1 in goal differential. Another goal, and they'd have an even bigger cushion. Phaeton looking to provide it, slipping it through. Flag goes up. Steven Davidas in an offside position. And Guadeloupe are in the ascendancy at the moment. There's no question about that. And St. Lucia, who have created opportunities in the first and the second half, have not been as clinical as they were 3 days ago. And all of a sudden, Guadeloupe, if it holds, will be in control of the group here in the Concacaf Nations League. League A, beg your pardon, League B, Group A. And St. Kitts and Nevis will still have their say as well, but they need to win later on tonight to keep up in this race for promotion. Only the top team advances into League A. Another Ange Plumain brace leading the way for Guadeloupe here at the Stade Municipal in Sainte-Anne. But St. Lucia might get an opportunity at the other end to get back into it. President looping it in. And he was, in the end, searching for McFarlane. Headed away by Guadeloupe. Great battle for it on the far side. President is able to win the free kick despite the great effort by the Bourgnier. And with 15 minutes plus stoppage time left, it's going to be a free kick. Beg your pardon, it was actually Stanislas who did well for St. Lucia. Free kick upcoming. Again, 2-0. Doesn't mean that Guadeloupe are out of the woods yet. There's still plenty of defending for them to have to do here. St. Lucia will not go quietly. Sainte-Anne will curl it in. Oh, it's a free header, and it's missed by Terrell Thomas, who was left unmarked inside the penalty area. There was actually two St. Lucia players who broke free. And Terrell Thomas, the captain, will want that one back. All he had to do was actually kind of let it hit his head instead of trying to redirect it. And he may very well have cushioned it into the back of the net. In the end, he tried to guide it and sends it wide of Davy Rouillard's goal. That is a big missed opportunity. St. Lucia in possession, hoping to get a foothold back into this game. Ange Plumane has Guadeloupe 2-0 up. He has scored both of the goals, one from the penalty spot and one off of a set piece. This ball is curled centrally. Elva dispossessed. Davidas leads Guadeloupe in transition. There is Plumane. Phaeton strides towards the edge of the penalty area. He gets into the penalty area. He crosses it. A handball appeal comes in from the Guadeloupe players and supporters. Referee didn't give it a second look. We play on. We will give it a second look. Phaeton's cross. Ooh, I think the arm is tucked in there by Melvin Doxilly. From our angle there, I think that would have been a very, very harsh penalty to give. McFarlane on the other end. He's dealt with by Mehdi Lina, who does ever so well and wins a goal kick. Great defending from the veteran, Mehdi Lina. Well, again, it's just the beginning today in the Concacaf Nations League. St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Martin, we highlighted that earlier. That's a big game in this group. If St. Kitts and Nevis win, they become very much still alive in the race. Any other result, I must say, will put them behind the 8 ball the rest of the way. Haiti played Jamaica later on tonight as well. Jamaica have already qualified for the quarterfinals. So it looks like we will have a cooling break here in the second half, as we did in the first. Does look like Guadeloupe are getting another change ready. Andrew Gravelon, he's getting set to come on. We'll get to that after the cooling break takes place, with Guadeloupe leading by 2 Ange Plumane goals to 0. And then if Haiti Jamaica isn't enough for you, we've got an even juicier one after that. They'll kick off at the same time, of course, but Honduras against Cuba, who played to a 0-0 draw in the Dominican Republic earlier in the week. They will play a huge rematch in Honduras, a game that La Hache have to have if they have any chances of moving on. Same with Haiti against Jamaica. They have to win and hope for some help at the top end of the table. Right now, Cuba are actually sitting in second place. Haiti still have a puncher's chance of moving on as well. And then the night finishes off as well with Suriname and Grenada, all in that 8 p.m. Eastern window tonight. All three leagues have presented us with tremendous drama and moments. And our game here has been no different. Andrew Gravilon is going to come on. And it looks like that is going to be the end of the day for Ange Plumane. What a night for him. What a day for him, I should say. As we get into the late afternoon here, early evening in Guadeloupe. 2 goals for Ange Plumane, and with 10 minutes plus stoppage time left, that is the difference in the game. Ange Plumane got a tremendous hand from the crowd here at Sainte-Anne. Rightly so. He has scored 4 goals here now in the group stage. All of them have come on this pitch. 2 against St. Martin, 2 against St. Lucia. And again, in the live table, Guadeloupe are at the top of Group A in League B. If this holds up, St. Lucia will be in second on goal difference, and then we will see how St. Kitts and Nevis does against St. Martin later on tonight. The ball is floated up ahead. Needs to be dealt with on the edge of the penalty area. Avinel obliges, caught by Stern John, the manager for St. Lucia. We'll get the ball quickly back in play. Again, it's well defended. A little bit of a high boot there from Roussillon. In the end, the ball trickles into the goalkeeper, Davy Rouillard, who will not be in any hurry to pick the ball up. Rouillard, who's come up with some huge saves tonight, clears the ball ahead. The whistle will go here to stop the play. Oh, and a yellow card's been given, I believe, to Andrew Gravilon, who's just come onto the pitch. Substitute, I believe, has been booked by the referee. And 2 changes for St. Lucia are upcoming. Donatien is going to come off. And Elias Henville is going to come on. Bradley Nestor is going to come on as well. And that will be that for Lester Joseph. So a double swap for St. Lucia for the final moments as they try to at least get a goal back. It must be said, if St. Lucia do get a goal back here, despite a defeat to Guadeloupe, they would get back to the top of the table on goal difference. So that is still up for grabs. That 1 goal does still matter. However, the points are the most important thing. And Guadeloupe are still in pole position to get the points, even if St. Lucia did manage to get a goal back. Phaeton and Guadeloupe want some more here. Played into the path of Davidas. And Davidas in the end is not able to do much with it. And President plays it ahead. It's cut out nicely by Alphonse. And St. Lucia will settle for a throw. Just under 7 minutes plus stoppage time left for St. Lucia. Try and grab something from this. Does look like Guadeloupe are getting another change ready. We'll get to that in a second as Phaeton's ball is inaccurate, held by Bartlett. He's also been great today for St. Lucia. It must be said, the goalkeeper has done tremendously well at times. Did have that one moment where he spilled the shot from Roussillon, but he did parry it out of play before it became a very dangerous situation. On the turn here, Henville is dispossessed, but the pieces are picked up. And Myers resets the play for the visitors. Junior Seneville is the player that's getting set to come on for Guadeloupe. We will get to that in a moment. That will be Guadeloupe's 4th change. St. Lucia also have 1 change remaining if they choose to use it. After Seneville comes on, both teams will have used 4 subs. And here comes that change. Jerome Roussillon is the man who's going to make way. He'll get a nice hand after a very strong performance. And Sainte-Anne will try and help get this over the line for Guadeloupe. I think Lucia has just been told that that is it, and he is coming off. He gets a nice hand from the Sainte-Anne faithful here in Guadeloupe, rightly so. And the Union Berlin man has certainly done his job today. Sainte-Anne is on with 5 minutes plus stoppage time left for Guadeloupe. Ball is fluttered ahead. It's headed centrally. It goes out of the penalty area. President has to reset. Guadeloupe flood out of their own penalty area to try to win the ball back, and they force it into the path of Barclay, who has to recycle the play for St. Lucia. And that ball onto this near side goes out of play, and Guadeloupe can use up some more clock. And they will have possession via a throw. It will be the substitute, Junior Sainte-Anne, who will take it for Guadeloupe. Battle for it. Sainte-Anne gets it right back, actually, and heads it forward. It's going to fall into the path of Le Bournier, and he's not able to get to the end of it. Cleared away by Barclay, but it's not a great clearance at all, actually, and it bounces out for a throw for Guadeloupe, which is taken quickly this time. Phaeton, as they try to catch St. Lucia out. A third goal would certainly finish the job. Sainte-Anne trying to play Phaeton in. Ball stays in play, but Myers in the end does enough and wins a free kick. Barclay has to get this forward. St. Lucia don't have a ton of time left to work with here. Guadeloupe 3 minutes plus stoppage time away from getting some revenge on St. Lucia for the loss 3 days ago. I think one thing is for sure, these two teams have shown that they are the two best so far in this group. They've played two very tight encounters in this October window in the Concacaf Nations League, and actually there's going to be a Guadeloupe player who is down on the back end of the sequence here. Not sure there was much contact there, but Alexander Aranatse is struggling a bit here. For now, he'll try to carry on. Guadeloupe have one change left, as we mentioned earlier. St. Lucia have only used 4 of their 5 available changes as well, so we might get 1 or 2 more between the two sides in the final moments of the match. From the throw, it's a great central header by Elva, but nobody able to really attack it for St. Lucia as Guadeloupe pounce on it and clear, and they might have numbers in transition here. Ball is played in behind for Gravillon. Gravillon stays with it. It's going to fall for Davidas. Davidas trying to dance between defenders, and he's dispossessed. And St. Lucia trying to use that as a chance to counterattack. Beautiful ball played in behind for Elva. Cleaned up nicely. Once again, it must be said, by Mehdi Lina. Frederick. Oh, he curls in a beauty! And the chance is missed. The substitute, Henville, had the ball put on a platter for him inside the penalty area, and he's missed the target. A gigantic chance for St. Lucia to, at bare minimum, get back into the game, but potentially on goal difference, get back to the top of the group despite a defeat. The finest of fine margins. And Rouillard clears away in the 90th minute. And now it will come down to how much stoppage time there's going to be. But it must be said, St. Lucia have had some golden opportunities today. They just have not taken them. They've had a couple of free headers. They had that big chance that was just missed by Henvel. And there was a handful of first half opportunities as well. There still might be a couple more on hand. Elva clipping it ahead. Senneville clears. Guadeloupe might get another chance to counter here. Gravillon holds off the challenge. Plays the ball behind the substitute, Livornia. But it's back into the penalty area. Gravillon, as we enter 4 added minutes. Gravillon looks to seal it, and his shot is blocked. But in the end, I think it came back off of him, and it's going to be a goal kick. And St. Lucia know that they only have a little under 4 added minutes left. The brace by the since substituted Ange Plumane is the difference at the moment. Goals in the 52nd and 71st minute. A penalty conversion and then a beautiful second goal as well. Ball is sent ahead by Thomas. 1 minute of the added time is already gone. Ball is floated up ahead. It's headed into the penalty area. Lovely little touchdown to keep the play alive. Lovely cross! Great save by Rouillard. Elva denied on the doorstep. Once again, Davy Rouillard comes to Guadeloupe's rescue. And he keeps the clean sheet and the 2-0 cushion alive. Another ball floated to the edge of the penalty area. Chopped down from Myers. More defending for Guadeloupe to do if they want to not only win, but get to the top of the group. They need the 2-goal cushion for that, as that pass is picked off and cleared away by Jordan Livornia. And that gets us into the final 2 minutes of the match. He's floated ahead, headed away by Senneville. St. Lucia keep possession, and then Senneville does ever so well. Wins a throw. Another look here at the huge save. Kenesha Elva thwarted again by the acrobatics of Davy Rouillard, who's been the unsung hero for Guadeloupe today. Ange Plumane will get the headlines, but Davy Rouillard and his performance should not be lost in this potential win for Guadeloupe. It's going to be a St. Lucia free kick. They're going to try to get more numbers into the penalty area. They have just over a minute left to the minimum of 4 added on to try and at least stay at the top of the group. Ball is curled in. It's headed out for Gravillon to chase. Poked ahead to Livornia, and he is fouled. And that will take us into the final seconds. Now, if it holds, it's been a tremendous Guadeloupe response today. Coming off the loss to St. Lucia, where they led by a goal and lost by 2-1. They are on the verge of doing the business this time. They do give possession right back. Final 30 seconds of stoppage time. And then if it gets anywhere past that, it's at the referee's discretion. Well, the ball is curled into no man's land here on this near side, and Guadeloupe pick it up. Phaeton to put a cherry on top of the sundae here for Guadeloupe. He lays it off. It's Livornia's shot! Oh, a great save by Bartlett. That could have extended Guadeloupe's lead in the tiebreaker of goal difference. Bartlett does very well to save it. Guadeloupe surely now have the points and the group lead, but they will get a late corner after a wonderful save by Bartlett. Who knows, that could matter at the end of the group stage, you never know. And Guadeloupe now on the precipice of winning the match and soaring back to the top of the group on goal differential. think the Guadeloupe really just have to get the ball back in play, and surely the referee's whistle won't be far behind it. The whistle is to his lips. Corner is taken short. Guadeloupe will look to use up any time left that they have to. Gravillon in the corner. It's a foul. It's a free kick for St. Lucia. We're into the 6th added minute. How much more time now will there be? Full time in Sainte-Anne. A tremendous response from Guadeloupe. They get their revenge over St. Lucia for the defeat 3 days ago. They win the game by 2-0, and they are now at the top of Group A in League B on goal differential. Ange Plumain's second half brace is enough for all 3 points. St. Lucia suffered defeat for the first time in this group stage, fittingly at the hands of the team that also has 3 wins out of 4 in this group. Really a tremendous performance all the way around, must be said. Davy Rouillard as well was tremendous in goal, made a couple of huge saves for Guadeloupe as well. St. Lucia created a boatload of opportunities. We'll get to them in the full-time highlights in a few moments here. However, not clinical enough, and that in the end is what cost them here in Sainte-Anne today. It really was a back-and-forth affair, an enthralling contest in League B Group A, possibly between the 2 teams that will be right there at the end, along with potentially St. Kitts and Nevis, who have a huge game against St. Martin coming up later on tonight. Ange Plumain, Davy Rouillard, and you have to throw in Marcus Coco, Killian Beavis, Mehdi Lina as well. How crucial was he defensively? Just some of the names that came up big for Jocelyn Angloma and Guadeloupe. 3 days after they lost to St. Lucia, they beat them today. Let's dive into the full-time highlights from this one. Again, it was really on Guadeloupe in this one as far as the pressure was concerned, knowing that a St. Lucia win would put St. Lucia 6 points clear at the top of the table. That was enough motivation for Guadeloupe coming into this one. However, the other part of the equation is that a win for them, they knew, would take them potentially to the top of the table, pending the goal differential. They ended up checking off all the boxes in this one. A win, and a win by 2 goals has them at the top of the Group A in League B. And let's see how it all went down in Sainte-Anne. St. Lucia were the ones that got us started, and it was Guadeloupe that really took the bull by the horns in the early stages of the match. Vino Barclay forced to make an early save there, and Ange Plumain was involved in much of the proceedings there. A header that soared over the top. There was this nervy moment at the back. Arnate's failed clearance, caught by Rouillard, one of his big contributions on the day. And then from this set piece, Phaeton's blast, Morgan St. Maximin sending it soaring over the top. They were looking for a free kick on that as well. It wasn't given. And then some lovely transitional play here. Seeing Roussillon's shot parried away by Barclay with a great save as well. And then Coco able to win a free kick late on at the end of the first half. And then Ange Plumain curling one not far away from the post. And that's really the last big act from the first half. It was 0-0 going into the halftime break, and St. Lucia maybe felt that they could maybe go on from there and do the business. They certainly created opportunities in the second half, but it would be Guadeloupe that would go on from this point to do the business themselves. And it starts from this moment here. Barclay stopping the great ball over the top, and then Beavis taken down by the goalkeeper inside the penalty area. There was enough contact, and then this gorgeous, gorgeous penalty conversion from Ange Plumain. No goalkeeper on the planet is saving that. And it made it a 1-0 game, and then nearly a second moments after, Coco thwarted by Barclay with a crucial save. And then again, St. Lucia had a big chance here. Great save by Rouillard, thwarting Canisia Elva. And then this moment from the corner, Plumain again to make it 2-0. That came in the 72nd minute, and that would be enough in the end for the points. Plumain at the double for Guadeloupe. Another huge performance from him, seemingly always coming up big in the big moments. And then nearly a third here, spilled by Bartlett off the drive by Roussillon. And then there was multiple chances for St. Lucia to get one back. Elva denied by Rouillard in the final moments of the match, and that would be that. Guadeloupe winning it by 2-0. And not only do they get level on points with St. Lucia with 9, they go to the top of the group on goal differential. A really enthralling contest to take in Sainte-Anne this evening. We really appreciate you joining us, and that is the end of our coverage today. Plenty more Nations League action to come later on tonight. It finishes in Sainte-Anne. Guadeloupe 2, St. Lucia 0. For our entire crew, I'm Sean St. Jacques. We say so long and enjoy the rest of your evening.